I'm going to try to be very careful today in this video not to really say too many times how much fun I'm having, because I fear that the people who pay me to do this are, if they find out how much fun this is, you know, there could be a problem with that. Anyway, I'm just focusing in on a couple woodworking things today. These braces on the back of the soundboard are called ribs, and I'm going to start. You can see that I buy them from someone oversized, and I stick them up on this rack here with the spruce on one side and the pine on the other, and start selecting which pieces to use based on a couple things, based on, say, the what's called the quarter sawing on these things, and any kind of things to avoid, like this knot here. How can I avoid that? You make sure you put it on the side that's getting cut out. You're looking for any kind of cracks in the wood or any kind of imperfections in any way. What you really want to aim for is perfectly straight grain, perfectly quartered, what you call quartered, which is, they're never perfect when you get them. So you can make the decision to either say, all right, I'm going to live with this one. It's not perfect, but I'm going to say it's close enough. You didn't hear me say that. But for these, because they're oversized, you have the ability to draw a nice line on there and then simply bring it over here. And instead of going to the gym today, I like to hand plane these things. I don't know if that's going to come out very well, but you get the idea. I'm going to flatten this. I'm going to improve the quarter, and then I'm going to take these to the bandsaw and make them thinner and make them less tall, just to rough them in. Again, if you weren't here for our last video, I like to sneak up on something like this, because when I cut this piece of wood, as nice and beautiful as this grain is, it has an effect on the overall piece of wood, and then I like to let it sit for a while. Not just because I'm lazy and I like to take things slow, but it lets the wood do what it's going to do until the next step. And that may or may not be important to you, but that's the way I do it. So here's the bridge that's now upside down, and I'm beginning to focus in on these caps that are roughed in. These are the caps. Something like this, I had roughed it out of a big piece. Now I've drawn this on here. I'm going to go a lot closer to there because, you know, again, it's got to get closer. So I'm not going to take this right to the line again today, but I'll get it a little closer. And now onto the bridge caps. There's a fun little thing that I shouldn't show you for a lot of reasons. So I am going to show you, just don't tell anybody else about this, but instead of making a butt joint where these three pieces of wood join, I'm going to make a finger joint. And I'm going to do that by, I've already positioned this cap exactly where I want it. And this one is done. That one I'm going to trim also, trim that excess off of there. And then the next ones I'm going to make this finger joint, and because I'm not perfect with it, this may shift a little bit this way or that way. All right, after the joint is made, I don't know if it's focusing or not, I've left this piece wide, and it's a little wasteful because of this, because I'm not sure where this end is going to end up, here or here. So I'm going to join this first, get that set, and then I'll join this piece to here. And again, I've left a lot extra up here, so I'm not sure where this is going to end up either. So onto the fun part of how to do that. I don't have a shaper. I don't have an expensive shaper, but I do have a bit for a shaper. And I put this into the drill press. Again, don't tell anybody, but this is designed to run the wood against that bearing and cut the finger joint in it. Now, certainly I know a drill press is not designed to be pressed on the side of this bearing and it'll wear out the drill press. So even though this jig is designed to sort of to fix that a little bit, because this is going to be secured, the bit will be sticking through there, and this tray, I'll be pushing this tray against there. I'll be pushing against the tray. The tray is going to be secured. I'm not going to be pushing with all my strength against the bearing and against the, whatever you call that, the shaft of the drill press. I'm going to be pushing here. Now I know that as this bit climbs into the wood, that is going to put pressure on the drill press, you know, wrongly so. I understand that, but I don't do this very often, and the bit is sharp and the wood is nice and clean, and I go slowly, so I haven't destroyed my drill press yet. I'm doing it, so I'm not encouraging anyone to do that. I'm just saying. So anyway, that's where we are today. And again, like I said, don't tell anybody I'm having this much fun, because there could be ramifications. So that's it.